Hey guys, welcome back to Itiri TV. My name is Itiri. Today I want to go over a few items that I hope you stay on the lookout for when you're at Ross. So Ross has a pretty amazing craft aisle depending on the day, okay? So before getting into crafting, I never used to go to the craft aisle of Ross. I didn't even know it existed. It's a craft slash stationery supplies aisle. It is located by the toys. So when you go into Ross, go all the way to the back of the store, go to where the toys are, and you will see stationery, notebooks, crafting items, all sorts of things that are at very, very discounted prices. And if you're not aware that those items are back there, you'll never know. I used to just go into Ross and look for clothes, and sometimes I would go into the home area, but I would never go near that toy aisle because I don't have kids, so there was never a reason for me to go down that aisle. But I look out for certain things when I go in there. One of the best deals that I find in Ross are containers, organizing and storage containers. This is one of my favorites that I found recently. I found this one recently in a Ross, might have been in Florida. It's $12.99. And as you can see, I have a lot of my blind box toy items in here that I'm planning to convert into beads. And this opens and there are containers within the container. And it is a great travel storage case. And what I love about these is how deep this is. I have seen this pop up in a few different Rosses, so be on the lookout for it. And these containers hold a lot of like heavier, larger bead items. Like these are silicone toys that were in some blind box capsules, and I'm planning to use my drill to turn these into bead toppers. So stay tuned for that, and make sure you're following me over on Incredibly Itiri for my toy collection journey that I'm on. I will tag that channel in the description. So make sure you're on the lookout for containers that look like this and many, many, many other containers. I've done so many Ross hauls on this channel. You guys have seen the types of containers that I've been able to find at Ross to organize my beads, to organize pins, to organize a little bit of anything. So go into the Crafty Haul playlist. It's my other Crafty Hauls playlist, and you can see a lot of the containers that I've hauled from Ross. But this is by far one of my favorite ones. So be on the lookout if you're Ross hopping and you want good craft deals. Another one is well known by most people. It's Ross's journals, sketchbooks, and planners. So a lot of the times you'll see Happy Planner, old Happy Planner items trickle through Ross. We're talking stickers, we're talking journals, we're talking planners by the Happy Planner. This is one of my favorite journals that I found in Ross. It was only $4.99, and it is a bullet point journal. So you can see the bulleted lines there. The paper is not too heavy, not too thin. And this is a great journal for doing creative journaling. And it has an elastic band. So this is one of my favorite Ross finds. Also, this sketchbook. So there are tons of sketchbooks in Ross. Tons. If you need a sketchbook, you don't need to go far if there's a Ross near you. These are only $4.99, and I love the spiral. This cactus one is one of the most popular ones that I've seen throughout Ross. I've seen a lot of my crafty friends haul this one. This is just one of, I think, the covers that are just the favorites amongst most people. But they have many, many other sketchbooks with other covers. And these sketchbook pages are fairly thin. I wouldn't put any heavy medium on this, but it's great for drawing. And they have perforated pages. So there's always, 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 always sketchbooks in Ross if you need a sketchbook. And then lastly is the planners. So this planner was gifted to me by a crafty friend of mine. I'll leave it to Lisa. And I have the items that she gave me to go with the planner in here as well. But these can be found in Ross, different versions of this. Now this Squishmallow one, it can be hard to find. I've seen it in Florida. And I believe Lisa is located in Virginia, so she's seen it in Virginia. But this is a good representation of how these types of planners look. So they usually come with folders, and then in the beginning you have the whole calendar, and then you have other like holidays pages. You have a goal tracker page here, and then it goes into the calendar. And what I love about these types of planners from Ross is they give you cute little drawings and images throughout the calendar. So you have the full calendar months in the front, and then it eventually goes into the days. Okay, this is how the days look. You have your water tracker, goals, bulleted lists at the bottom, and then you have your dot grid paper in the back. There are so many different versions of this planner in Ross that you can find anytime you go into a Ross. Now, you may not find the same cover, but it will be the same vibe, and it's completely worth it. These are usually around $8.99. Okay, so if you need a planner or journal that doesn't, you don't want to spend over $10 for it, this is where you go, Ross. The markers, guys. So I'm going to show you some of my favorites that I've been seeing pop up again in Ross and in DD's discounts. Let's use some paper. I don't really want to use that book. Hold on. So these items I've seen in DD's discounts and in Ross. If you're not familiar with DD's discounts, it's a store that's owned by Ross, and they have items that are discounted even more than Ross will discount sometimes. They have even better deals than Ross, but I have seen these pop up in Ross as well. This particular set I got from a Ross in Florida, this acrylic set, and this Carissa set I got from DD's for $5.99, and then this Carissa markers set I purchased from DD's for $7.99. Okay, so but I just recently went into my local Ross, and I saw this same set of Carissa markers. So you will see these in Ross as well. I really love these Carissa markers. They're beautiful, both sets. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is a reliable brand. These are the dual tips. You have the brush tip and the bullet tip. And that's how it's coming out as far as the metallic. And then you have the acrylic markers with the brush tip, and these are they come out very juicy, very beautiful. And then these acrylic markers are by Avenue Art, and these are some of my favorite pens. Okay, these are acrylic bullet pens or gel pens, ballpoint gel pens. They do skip a little bit, but I don't mind that. I love the way these write, and I love the way these feel when you hold them. They're very comfortable. These particular sets of pens, if you can find them in Ross, I highly, highly recommend. You're going to want to get these by Avenue Art, acrylic ballpoint pens, these Carissa fine writing tools. These are acrylic markers here. And then you have these metallic acrylic markers by Carissa. So if you see these, I would highly recommend you invest in these, less than $10, and the writing is beautiful. Let's talk about sticker books. Many times you can find a lot of amazing sticker books in Ross. This particular one was only $3.99. I've seen very similar sticker books like this in Hobby Lobby for $8.99 and above. This is the 1500 plus Oh So Cute Awesome Kawaii stickers. I've seen this book appear multiple times in Ross. So it's like they keep it coming back. You should be able to find it eventually if you keep looking in there or do some Ross hopping. This is one of my favorite sticker books that I've purchased from Ross. I have multiples of these, and you can use these for journaling, decorating your cups, all sorts of things. I have a crafty projects playlist you can go watch where I play with stickers. So be on the lookout for sticker books like this. I mean, this is a lot of stickers for only $4, and especially the kawaii cute characters. E6000 can be found at Ross. I usually pick up some E6000 every time I go. You can get the small ones or the larger ones at Ross. This large one was only $4.99. Okay, and this one doesn't come with the multiple tips, but it's still a great price for the E6000. So if you're running into Ross and you don't have time to run into craft stores and you want to get, pick up some other things while you're in there, you can pick up some E6000. This one I have not seen in my local Ross since I first found it. These are Fiskars scissors. These are some scissors that I live by. I swear by these. I love these Fiskars scissors. I don't know what kind of scissors you would call these. I don't have the packaging anymore. But if you see these, they are well worth it. They're great for fussy cutting. Also, these scissors by American Crafts I was able to find at Ross at one time for less than $4. But you can probably order them on the American Crafts website if you don't see them in Ross. I highly recommend them. They're comfort grip scissors, and they just feel really good in your hands. The pens at Ross, you can find some really cute pens to use as inspiration to decorate. These are just a few that I pulled from a pack that I had with the little dangles. If you see these, I would highly recommend these particular ones because they write really, really well. They're very thin. It's a very thin tip, and they write really, really well. Well, I say that and now it's not writing. It's not coming out. But they write really, really well as far as the ink. It's a very thin tip. I love that about these. So these can be deceiving. They almost write like a pencil. And of course, you can decorate with more charms because they already start you off with the charms at the top. So these are perfect to decorate for Happy Mail. These were severely marked down when I purchased them. They were like $2. I think they were like $2 for 4 or 3 at the time. And then whiteout, if you can find packs of whiteout. Ross usually has really cute packs of whiteout, like this James Burke whiteout, where it's not just regular, looking whiteout. It's cute, so it makes your craft room look cute. So make sure you're on the lookout for those items. I have a few more items I want to show. Beads. I've been seeing a lot of beads appear in Ross, and this particular set was $4.99. I love these, and now that I've gotten more comfortable with using my bead drill, I can drill larger holes in them if I need to, because some of these holes are small for like my beadable pins. I love these ocean colors, and I love this jar that they come in. And then they gave you some inspiration with these beads on a string here. I love how they did this. I may have to try to do this on a string when wrapping something. I love how they did that. So be looking out for beads in Ross in that stationery aisle. And then another set of markers I want to show you, not all of them in here because some of these are from Five Below, but there's one particular set I really want to show you because I love. I don't have the original packaging for it, but there's some of my favorite markers, and I do believe I purchased them from Ross. These are by Avenue Art. They are called glitter markers. If you see the markers that look like this, you need to get them. These glitter markers, they're short. They're really cute. And they're some of my favorite glitter markers. Look at that. They are so delicious. And they're by Avenue Art. Some of my favorite glitter metallic markers. I'll do one more. It's the purple. I forgot how many originally came in this pack, but I highly, highly recommend these. These are so gorgeous. So those are some of the items I would say be on the lookout for, or items like it. Like if you can't find the exact items that I'm showing you, try to just be on the lookout for fun, crafty, and stationery items that are in that Ross stationery aisle by the toys. Don't sleep on that aisle. Like, don't skimp on that aisle. Go all the way to the back of the store and go near the toys. And I will tell you that it's usually chaotic back there. It's usually very messy. Depending on the Ross you go to, if you don't have a very neat Ross, that section is one of the worst sections, or it can be, to walk around and to try to find stuff in. But if you are vigilant, you can find some really, really good items if you go back there. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but they have some really great deals if you're in the mood to go through that. The best time to go to any Ross is right when they open. Right when they open on a weekday. If you can get there like 9:30 a.m. on a weekday, it's one of the best shopping experiences you can have. But, when you start getting into that weekend crowd, you can hang it up. But thanks for watching. Let me know what some of your favorite Ross crafty finds have been, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.